Okay, reading from the script so that, I stay on track. Ha 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 ha. So, even though the short I made got a lot of views in a short amount of time, nobody liked or commented on the short I made. Like I said, you could if you wanted to know more. But really, even if you did want to know more, you don't know me, so why would you ask me? Even though I gave my qualifications to speak on the topic. Either way, it's okay. I'm too excited to stay silent, so here we are anyway. I've been waiting for this drama for over a year. Yes, before it was announced. I mean, I can dream, right? But obviously, even more so after it was. The author dreams too. And I've been consistently catching up to whatever episode has been released as the episodes are released. Obviously. Except one day when I waited so that I could watch 4 episodes in a row rather than 2. That was right at the beginning. The only thing I really haven't liked at all so far was the entire cavern in the bottom of the ship. That was far too much. My brain literally hurt with how impossible it was. The 4 things I love the most. 1. Haichi. There aren't very many female characters in the GRC world, and according to a note from the author, it's because he wasn't very good or very confident, I forget the exact wording, it was a while ago, at writing them. Ning, in the books, I liked her just fine. In the dramas, she's one of the most insulted characters, because every season redoes her, making her extremely inconsistent and impossible to properly enjoy, in my opinion. Haijing, in the book, the story was unfinished, and when I knew of her, I didn't really care about her, let alone liking her. But in the drama, I loved her. The problem was that Ujie got so spotlit in the Bronze Door. Haijing herself was basically just along for the ride. Therefore, she was passive throughout most of the story. Meaning, we can tell that she's epic, but we didn't get to properly enjoy most of it because she just didn't get to shine. Because she was passively involved, not really actively. Back to Haichi, what makes her different? She's not passive. She's very active, and she's very good at it. She's highly intelligent, she's strong, she gives off the proper feeling of someone far older than she looks. She's not insanely emotional. Like, when I say strong, that's physically and mentally. She's a Zhang, and she's an epic one. And yes, in the drama we get to see all of this even better than in the books. So, while I liked her in the books, I like her even more in the drama. Reason number 2 of what I love about this drama is Haiyan. He is pretty much exactly what I imagined from the books, and I am indescribably excited and happy about that. It was the biggest thing I was afraid of, whoever played him not being able to pull it off. Haiyan is a scary character. He has that crazy, creepy, almost terrifying feel to him with his reckless, adrenaline-seeking personality. But he's one of the most well-known Zhang members from the books because, apart from Foye and Qiling, he has the most amount of quality time given to us. And he is one of my favorite characters across the board as a result. He matures and becomes a lot wiser as he goes through things in life, but he never loses that quirky, casually unique flavor that makes him him. In the books, or so far in the drama. Point 3, the story itself and how faithfully it has stuck to the books. But also where it has changed. Some of the changes were pretty small things that happened out of order than what was in the book, or through a slightly different means, like somebody different gave him something than who gave it to him in the books kind of things. But they were pretty small changes, and most of them, like, it doesn't matter that they got changed. It really doesn't matter. And then there's some pretty significant changes. I mean, I didn't dwell on it, so I didn't pin it down ahead of time to exactly what the change would be. But guys, the minute I saw the cast months ago, like the minute I saw the cast when it was released, I knew because of the books that there was one massive change that clearly happens. And again, that's just because of the casting. No one who hasn't read the books would have a clue what I'm talking about, but I don't want to say more because it's a spoiler. But even this massive change, this is what I've touched on a few of my other videos recently, and explored more in my video about the spy realm. The changes in this story from the books to the drama were clearly done by someone who cared enough about the story to know the story and the characters driving it. and therefore the changes made, even the big one, it's consistent. They have been an easy flow to them, and they are set down on a foundation that remains intact. And going off script again, when I mean an easy flow, I mean, like, for instance, I've discussed this with my sister before, where things get changed. The same person made these changes when it came to Sansi, and in Sansi, some of the changes, it didn't flow, because the reason that the character did this was because of this in the books. In the drama, the character still does this, but this doesn't exist. Or this was added over here. So it changes this. Why on earth would they still do this if this didn't happen, or if this happened before it? Like, when human beings take action, they take action for a reason. And it's the same with your characters. If your characters are strong and consistent and everything is flowing properly, they have good reasons for what they're doing. Things, you know, in this one, it's working. Even with the changes, everything is flowing properly. These events that happen in the story are still happening, and they're still making sense because why they're doing it. It's back to the script. In fact, some of the changes made the story so much stronger because half the content in this drama is based on half the content that the drama is based on wasn't complete in book format, which means, like, he took, I think it's at least 3 by this point. I don't think it's just true. There's at least 3 different stories that he told in book format. 1 or 2 of them were complete, but at least 1 of them, if not 2 of them, were not complete, which means the threads binding everything together weren't complete in book format. It's more like he had ideas. He wrote this one and then he had some more, so he wrote this one and then he wrote, and it's like a first draft thing, but now it's like a finished product where he took all of these ideas and strengthened ties and made it all connect in a way that it wasn't connected before, or that we couldn't see yet before. In the drama, they are connected. In this case, we know it's the original author that made the changes because the original author is also the screenwriter. But guys, even if it wasn't the original author, the thing is, it is possible to do this with stories, to make changes because someone wants it, or because censorship is making you, and yet despite the changes, you can still have an amazing story. So can we please all learn this lesson from this drama as an example, and continue forward with this? Can we please care about the stories that we are turning from books into dramas, and care about the characters enough to make a good story out of it, rather than just haphazardly slapping things together and then wondering why people like me get passionate and annoyed and go off script again because I'm so bad at sticking to script? Point number 4 is Ding Yuji. He is one of my top 5 favorite Chinese actors, yet still I feel like many of his characters blend together. But when it comes to this character, I keep forgetting that it's Ding Yuji playing him. This character is different from the others. One of the biggest reasons why is a spoiler. But Yuji is playing him so well, it's epic. And again, though I have more to say, a lot more to say, I won't because it is spoilers. If you have watched as much of the drama as I have, you know what's happening right now. But unless you've read the books, you don't know the most important part that I am referring to, which touches on the previous point. The major changes, but also how it's affecting and strengthening the story as a whole. So moving on, the only other comment, the casting is wrong on my drama list. Again, Wujie, Qiling, and Fatty are not support characters. In fact, so far at least, another character, I literally only just met her and she's listed as a support character. In fact, she's listed right near the top of support character-ing. I'm like, how? I've barely seen her so far. But, I'll script again. If they come into the story at all, Fatty, Wujie, and Qiling, and given how this author does the stories, I'm sure they will eventually. Qiling should. Wujie and Fatty, probably. But, and now I lost my place in the script. They will be nothing more than guest characters, and it's obvious that they will be for more than one reason. One, before it was even released, the majority of this story takes place before Wujie or Fatty were even born. It's early Republican era. It's like 1912. Not even Fatty was alive yet. They're not in this story. If they come into the story, it's because we jump ahead in time to see them. Which, Number 2, as of June 20th, today, while I'm filming this, 24 episodes out of the 33 total have been released. And the part of the story that we are following is going to take at least 2 more episodes to wrap up, which will leave us with only 9 episodes maximum for Wujie, Fatty, and even Qiling, because he's not here yet, to be part of this story. So there's 9 of 33 episodes that might be considered enough to be a support character, but I rather doubt they'll actually be in that many, / focused on enough in that many. So I'm still rather doubting it's even remotely correct to call them anything more than guest characters. I mean, even the 9th Master, I think he's even listed as a support character. He's not. We barely saw him. He is a guest. Like, most of these support characters that are listed as support characters are not support characters. They're guest characters. I don't care how popular the character is, nor do I care how popular the actor playing them is. It does not matter. These are the facts. It's time spent on screen and the quality of that time. What are we doing with them? What are we learning through them? How are they driving the story? Etc., etc., etc. All of that matters the most when it comes to main characters, and it also matters when it comes to support characters. Going off script again. And this, therefore, is my fast reaction. I loved the books. So far, I am loving the drama. Like, it's pretty nearly 10 stars, and I almost never give full marks when I'm actually watching dramas. There is still room for me to be upset and make it lose a bunch of stars, because like I said, there's still 9 episodes left, and frequently, it's within the last 9 episodes that I end up absolutely hating the drama. However, considering like the major change that has me on the edge of my seat, ouch, my heart, what are you doing to me? Why? But I can't see anymore because it's a spoiler. When it comes to this author, he very rarely disappoints, if he is ever disappointed that much. Even when it comes to stuff like Sansi, which overall is one of the most, even though I still really liked it, when it comes to him being the one that's in charge of making it, I think that was the first one, there's been things that I didn't like, even when he was in charge of it, like, Bronze Door, etc. I'm not supposed to be going off script, for crying out loud. I have never hated any of the ones that he's been in control of. Never once have I hated the one that he's been in control of. So I rather doubt it'll happen with this one too. So yeah, I am pretty confident that I'll love this drama all the way to the complete. Exactly how many stars it'll lose, I don't know, but so far it's at 9.5. I therefore highly recommend you go and check it out. Even if you've never seen anything else from the Grave Robber Chronicles world, if you haven't seen any of the others, it doesn't matter. This one is actually one of the best options to start your journey with, because this one and Mystic 9 are the first season in terms of chronological timeline. This one would probably be the second one, but you could watch it before the Mystic 9 if you wanted to, and it wouldn't matter too much, because they are very, very... It's the same time, the same chronological time span. So, and this one gives way, way more accurate of a picture of what the Zhang family is actually like, and potentially even what the Mystic 9 families are actually like. Mystic 9, the author did have input in, but he didn't have the rights to be making the dramas yet. He hadn't bought the rights back yet. And to me, Mystic 9 is one of the most disappointing ones, and I've said that before. There were things I enjoyed about it, but it was actually one of the most disappointing ones, especially because, like, the books were really cool. It was unfinished, but it was so far actually pretty decent and pretty cool. The drama failed miserably. But anyway, off script again. If you want more from me about these books or about these dramas, I have some videos already made about it. I have a playlist of stuff, and I could easily still make a whole lot more. I've said that multiple times and nobody's ever asked for them, so I haven't. Some stuff takes a whole lot of work, and to motivate me to do that whole lot of work, I need other people to be motivating me, because my own internal, even if I get excited and want to do stuff with it, it takes a lot of work, so I don't really stick with it and finish it. I need other people to be excited and pushing me forward to finishing it, if you get what I mean. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Books? Dramas? How much do you know about either one of them? How much do you want to know about either one of them? Who's your favorite characters in the books versus in the dramas? Because for me, it's different. Which is your favorite season if you've seen only the dramas? Which are your favorite books? What's your favorite parts of them? Which actor do you think has done the best job playing the character that they played? Etc., etc., etc. There's so many questions. There's so many things that I would... Feel free to leave a comment and talk about it. Like, are you excited as me? Are you as big of a fan as me? Are you absolutely loving this? Etc., etc., etc. Going off script again. Feel free to leave a comment. Like this video if you found it likable. Thanks for watching. Bye.